All right, welcome everyone to our Thursday night Zoom. It's a hair salon and spa owners opportunity. And we've established that there's one or two on here, which is fantastic, but we also established that everyone on here, and I got to scan the screen, not all faces are up there, but most everybody gets their hair cut. And so I think that qualifies for everyone to be here. So I'd like a show of hands, or maybe put in the comments, have you seen this information before, or have you been invited to take a look at something tonight and you're like really not sure what you're about to see? We have a lively crowd, so let's just get hopping here. If you're just jumping on, please mute your line.
Yeah,
I can do a little muting for you. Please mute your lines. There we go. Okay, so my name's Carrie Arnott, and I was asked by Holly if I would host this Zoom tonight. And we have a special guest on tonight, Anna, and I will introduce her a little bit later and share some information about her. But you're probably wondering, why am I on here? Okay, we're talking about hair salons, we're talking about spas, we're talking about a lot of things that are health related. And so why am I on here? That's a really good question. About 8 years ago, almost to the day, 8 years ago, I was suffering from horrible back pain. I was in a landscaping business that I've been running for several years. I was self-employed. I had a bad back injury back in the 90s. And then 8 years ago, I re-injured my back, and I was laid up and not able to keep doing the work that I had known how to do most of my life. And so I was at that crossroad. I was desperate for something. I didn't know what it was. All I knew was the landscaping industry. And I wasn't educated to just quit and get another job. And I was laid up. I was hurt. I couldn't work. So here I was facing a double dilemma, I guess you might say, where I was unable to keep working as I had been working, and my health sucked, and I didn't know what to do financially. And I don't know how many of you have ever been in a situation like that, where something happened, you needed something desperately, you didn't know what it was, but you were praying for an answer. That was my wife and I. We were praying for an answer. And you know, answers don't always come the way we want them to, but they come the way we need them to. My stepson, who was living in the Philippines at the time, sent us an ABC primetime video. He was just introduced to this video, and he wanted to share it with us because he thought that his mom, my wife, Laurie, would be interested in it. And so we watched the video. And how many, if you haven't seen this ABC primetime video, please get back to the person who invited you. You've got to see it. It literally changed our lives. And I would take an hour or two just to tell you some of the changes that have happened, but it literally changed our lives. And so I watched this ABC primetime. This company named LifeVantage had this product that they claimed would reduce the main cause of aging, illness, and disease by 40% in 30 days in every living mammal. I mean, that's a pretty massive claim, okay? That caught my attention. And so I thought, oh, it's probably one of those things. It's probably one of those things where you buy in and you sign people up and all that nonsense, right? How many of you have done one of those things before? It's called network marketing, or MLM, okay? And so I looked into it. I did a little research, okay? I did my due diligence. I went to Google, and I found out that this company, LifeVantage, was publicly traded. They're on the NASDAQ. Pretty credible if you're on the NASDAQ. I found out that their board of directors had the likes of ex-Apple CEOs. In fact, currently, one of the board of directors is Aaron Brockovich. Okay, so there's some big names. So I thought, okay, there's some credibility here with the people high up that are involved. Then I found out there were some studies. There were some studies that backed the claims of reducing what's called oxidative stress, main cause of aging, illness, and disease, by 40% in 30 days. That sounded really, really good. And so I thought, my wife said, Carrie, you've got to order this product. It's called Protandim. It's an NRF2 activator. Just give you a little lesson here. When our bodies are aging or when they're ailing, we often, and have in the past, everybody has done this, taken supplements to build up in our body the things that are lacking. That's what everyone's done. That's what health food stores sell. It's just common knowledge. If your body's lacking something, supplement it. No one had ever heard of activation. You see, our bodies they're like magic. Okay, our bodies are really amazing. They know what to do. They produce all the things that we need to be healthy. However, as we age and as we're exposed to the toxins in the air, in the water, in the food, we're not able to keep producing what we used to produce at a younger age. And so what LifeVantage came up with was something that would turn on those genes, that would activate the genes in your body to start producing the things that your body was lacking. Whole new concept, okay? It's called nutrigenomics. Big word. Don't ask me to spell it. Okay, I'm a landscaper. I'm proof that you don't have to know everything. There it is on Anna's shirt. And so all of this was fascinating. And my wife said, Carrie, we got to order this. You got to take this product. It might help your back. I'm thinking, really? I've taken everything. I just spent about $5,000 on chiropractic, on laser treatments, on supplements, you name it. I was doing it and I had no relief. Doctors wanted to do surgery, and that to me was not an option. And so I was thinking, well, maybe it'll work. But when I heard all of these things, some of the things I just mentioned to you, and I'd never heard about it before, I thought, if I've never heard about this before, who else hasn't heard? Now, when you're talking business, timing is everything. And so I thought this could be that opportunity that I've been looking for, so that I didn't have to grind it out and keep torturing my body doing the landscaping that I've been doing for so many years. So we ordered the product. And long story short, how many of you remember when you were a young child, and I know there's some kids on here listening, how many of you got super excited before Christmas, right? Like Christmas Eve, you're all excited and you can't go to sleep, and it's just crazy, right? Some kids on here, you get excited for Christmas. Well, I was terrible, okay? I would stay up all night. Santa had a really rough time sneaking in. And so we placed an order, and it was like Christmas. I couldn't wait for it to come. And it wasn't so much about what it would do for my body. It was, I could be first at something that's absolutely huge. Finally, the product came, and I shredded the box. I opened the bottle and I popped one of those pills in my mouth. And then what? I was waiting for something and nothing happened until about 3-4 days later. All of a sudden, my back wasn't hurting the way it was hurting. Now, I'm not making any claims. We can't make any claims that this cures, treats, or mitigates any disease. But the pain I was experiencing was about 80% gone in 3 days. So what I thought was, well, you know how placebo effect works. I thought I wanted something so bad for change in my life that I just made myself better. I discredited what we had. Then my ex-wife phoned up. Just, there's no there's no coincidence. I think everything happens for a reason. She called up at day 4 of me being on this NRF2 activator. She said the old golden retriever that the kids had for 12 years was going to be put down because he couldn't go up and down the stairs anymore. This was in the beginning of October, 8 years ago. And so I thought, what if what if this could make a difference for him like it did for me? And so we took a drive for 2 hours. We got there. I gave her this little blue bottle and said, give Ben one of these every day. Let's just see what happens. She said, well, the vet wants him to come in tomorrow and, put him down. But she agreed. So we drive back home 2 hours later, and then I get a call 4 days later. What is in this stuff? Ben is running up and down the stairs. He's acting like a puppy again. I need to know more. Okay, at that point, it was like, that's it. Okay, this is real. I need to share this with the world. I need to tell everyone I know. And that was the beginning of our LifeVantage journey 8 years ago. And I can tell you with all honesty, it's one of the best financial decisions, best health decisions I've ever made for myself and my family. And so here we are. You've just heard some stories. You didn't get a lot of details and how-tos, but you know what? This is real life. And I was thinking long and hard about the salon aspect and the hair. And my wife had been on the anti-aging cream. That's all we had back then when we joined, the anti-aging cream, and her son was away for 2 years. She'd been using this product for 2 years. He got home and he said, Mom, you're supposed to look older, not younger. So if you're a woman watching this, do you want to look younger as you age, or do you want to look older? Okay, no brainer right there. I started losing my hair in my early 30s. Okay, I've still got hair. But here's the big thing. 8 years ago, in fact, probably up to about 4 years ago, every morning I would wake up, there'd be hair in my pillow. I went to every hair salon looking for what's the best shampoo, what's the best this. I even went to a couple companies that specialized in only hair care. Nothing helped. Our company keeps coming out with products that work on the same basis as activating your body instead of supplementing. They came out with a hair care system. I have not had a hair on my pillow ever since the product came out, about 3 years. So men, probably more so ladies, or be more concerned about losing your hair. This has been amazing for me. So on that note, I'm going to turn this over to Anna. And Anna, I've seen you before, but we've never chatted. I'm going to give you a little bio, a little rundown on Anna. And I love how she says this. The first thing that comes out of her mouth is, I'm a mom. Guys, there is no more important job on this planet than being a parent. I love it. I'm a mom, a wife, and now a nana to 2 adorable grandkids. She's in Scotia, New York, and she's been in the hair industry for 35 years. Now, when I saw you on the screen, I thought, how could you possibly be in the hair industry for 35 years when you look like you're about 34? Okay, it doesn't quite match. Maybe it has something to do with what you're doing. She's very passionate about her work. She's always liked playing with her hair ever since she was 5 years old. And she's committing to share the knowledge of what a healthy, knowledge of healthy hair professionally and personally. So Anna makes a difference for every person that sits in her chair. And I think that's incredible. I know for myself, with my hairdresser, it's a breath of fresh air every time I go in to see her. And I'm sure that's you, Anna. So could you share with us your story? Maybe break it down, how you were introduced to LifeVantage, and you as a hair care professional, what you found and what you're doing with this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Carrie. Appreciate it. And thank you all for taking the time to be here tonight. As Carrie said, as a mom, but one of my favorite part of living now is being an Anna. It's just unlike being a parent. And I just absolutely love it. Connor's 4.5 and Genevieve's 2 now. I work this business so I can play with my grandkids now. So let me just back up. So like Carrie said, I've been doing hair for 35 years now, not knowing the first 7 years, I created an autoimmune issue, breaking down the inside of my bodies from all the chemicals we used on our hair and breathing in, because they used to be really harsh chemicals. and people that are in machineries and bigger plants and stuff, they're all breaking down their bodies. And we didn't know that was the cause. So years later, suffering here and there, trying to take bottles, countertops full of vitamins to help my system. So 7 years ago, my oldest daughter was getting married and I was at my wit's end. I was praying for something. I met this woman in the health food store and she's like, we started talking about our ailments and she's like, well, you need to see Jenny. I'm like, thank you, Lord. My prayers are answered, but who's Jenny? What does she do? And Jenny is here tonight. Jenny Russick, you see her there, wave Jenny. She's a health kinesiologist, muscle tester. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that is, but this is my answers to my prayer. My daughter's getting married in 2 months. So I went to Jenny. She told me about NRF2 activation or Protandim. I started taking it. Literally, my skin was peeling off my chest, my ankles, my arms. It was really bad. A month later, my skin was normal. 2 months later, for the wedding, you didn't ever know I had a skin issue, anything was wrong. And I could have a glass of wine, have a piece of chocolate without my lips instantly swelling like bad Botox gone wrong. It was that bad, the inflammation in my body. And Protandim, like Carrie said, reduces it by 40% in the first 30 days on average. It's amazing. And I haven't looked back since. But being in the hair industry, salon owners or cutting hair, we don't have residual income. We don't get paid while we sleep, guys. We do someone's hair, we do someone's massage, it's done and we move on, we're paid. Well, here at LifeVantage, I can share what we have, this beautiful company and the products that we have with people, and I can get paid while I'm sleeping now. So we don't have 401ks and retirements. Now I do have my own 401k through, not, just saying it, through LifeVantage with our products. I could not believe the way I was working 50, 60 hours or more. I work 3 days a week now, guys. It's offset with LifeVantage, and then I have time to play with my grandkids. So if I had to work tomorrow like I normally would, if I was full-time, my daughter needs me tomorrow morning. I don't have to work. Yes, I'm free, honey. I will be there to watch the kids. So I just absolutely love that I have that free time. And going back with the chemicals, I've always tried to get better at what products I'm using in the salon and stuff. So I've changed all my products to organic products. Something popped up here, sorry. So I use organic line, all made here in the United States. And that's where I love our product, our hair care. Like Carrie said, his hair stopped. My husband's losing a lot of his hair. His hair, there's hardly any hair on the pillow. You wake up and all you see on the pillow is hair. And it has slowed it down tremendously. That I can testify to that because I'm the one doing the sheets and stuff in the morning. But I've never used a hair care system like this one ever, 35 years. The three main ingredients in all of them is Alpi Scalp, Hair Janelle, and Lanatelli's, and they nourish the hair, they nourish the scalp, they go into the cortex and nourish it from the inside out and repair damaged root causing products. And they're clean products. So there's an app called the Think Dirty app. I have had it in my phone for like over 10 years for the toxicity of suntan lotions. They're very toxic. And so our products are actually on the Think Dirty app, which I absolutely love. And it gives you a toxicity level for ones who don't know about it, a 0 to a 10. 0 is good, 10, not so good. And you click it on, it gives you all the ingredients. So all of our products are a 0, a 1, and a 2, guys. That's what you want on your skin. 0, 1s, and 2s. Because our skin is our largest organ. And in the first 24 seconds of putting something on your skin, it's absorbed 60% of it. So when you're putting the toxic chemicals on or breathing them in, those toxic sunscreens and the hair and the shampoos that have lauryl sulfates, we have none of that in here at all. It's disrupting and it strips the hair color. So this is great for hair color, dry hair, oily hair, you name it. It's for every hair type. I've introduced it to all of my clients. They're all using the hair care now. Absolutely love it. I haven't had one person not like it. So I just absolutely love this hair care line. So if you haven't tried it, you definitely want to try it. Kind of losing my thought for a second, Carrie.
So I'll ask you, Anne. So
Go ahead.
yeah. So what was your what was your first thought when LifeVantage came out with the hair care system? And then what was your first experience? What did you think when you tried it?
So me having natural curly hair, I was like, hair care? Different. NRF2 activation in it. Don't know how that all is going to work, but if it's clean, and you know, I love our company because it's transparent. They can't hide anything. That's what I absolutely love. One of my best things about this company, transparency. So, okay, ingredients look good. No laurel sulfates, because I try not to have laurel sulfates because they're really harsh. The only reason for laurel sulfate is for lather. It doesn't clean the hair. It just makes the hair lather. So we feel good like it's cleaning our hair, but it really isn't. It's just stripping the color from it and drying the hair out. So I used it and I loved it. I leave the conditioner in my hair. But when I saw one of our first meetings, this one girl, she's got natural curly hair, does nothing. She doesn't put product in it. She just shampoos it, conditions it, that's it. And it's always a frizzy, hot mess out to here. She came into one of our meetings and I was like, what are you doing with your hair? She goes, nothing. I go, what do you mean? Your hair is gorgeous. She's like, I'm using our new hair care system. I'm like, what else are you doing? She's like, nothing. I'm like, wait. You shampoo with our shampoo, you condition with our conditioner and use the serum. She goes, and I go, and that's it? No styling products? No. She goes, no, that's it. Gorgeous ringlet curls. And our hair has been gorgeous since. I was a true believer in the product right then and there. Yeah. Amazing. 3 years, haven't stopped. My husband has not stopped. He has not had dandruff since he's been using it, and it's holding his hair in longer.
Okay, ladies, listen up. How many of you have strong nails? Okay, how many of you have issues with your nails? Now, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but on the NRF2 activator, and we know what it activates, but also the shampoo, and me as a guy, I'm showering every day, so I'm using it every day. My nails grow so fast, faster than ever in my life, and they are strong. Like, they're tough to cut. What are your thoughts on that?
It absolutely does grow, and your hair grows quicker and longer, faster. So people that color their hair, that's so good sometimes. That could be a little, you got to go to the salon more often, but your hair is healthier for it. Your nails are healthier. My skin, my hands used to break out and peel a lot, but using the hair care system as much as I can, when I do a chemical, I use my professional line, but everybody gets shampooed after with our shampoo and conditioner, and everybody who doesn't get a chemical gets our shampoo and conditioner. And I have people, all I do is wash their hair, leave a little bit of the conditioner in, blow dry it with no product, and they are like, oh my God, you didn't cut my hair yet, but it looks awesome. They're amazed. They absolutely are very happy with it. I can't talk enough about it. The products, how clean they are, and they just really nourish the scalp and the hair, and it's yeah.
That's amazing, and it's so cool. Now, you mentioned the Think Dirty app. Now, I would encourage all of you, whether you're with LifeVantage, whether you're just seeing this for the first time, whether you're like, oh, what are they talking about? There's the app, and you just type in whatever product it is that you're using. So whether it's skincare, hair care, body lotion, you name it. And the company, this Think Dirty company, they input all the ingredients, and then they label if it's safe or if it's not safe. Now, you could go to a hairdresser. Like, I went to a hairdresser and I said, I need shampoo for this. My hair's falling out. They gave me their best stuff. Oh, it's clean, it's this, it's that. Well, a few years later, I plugged that into the Think Dirty app, and I've been using it for years, and it was labeled at a 7. So is that toxic or what, Anna?
Very toxic, yes. And most of the time it's toxic because of the laurel sulfates. So I use a clean product, but they have sisters to laurel sulfates in there. So some of my products are a 7 or an 8, and it's the toxicity of this laurel sodium sulfates that are in the product. So at all, when I don't use them anymore, I use ours in replace with it. Yeah.
And so why is it important not to put any harsh chemicals on your head? Like, I heard something about the scalp. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So when I said earlier, your organ, your skin's your largest organ, and it absorbs 60% in the first 24 seconds, your scalp and forehead absorbs 4 times that amount. So it's your scalp and it's what's underneath your scalp, guys, your brain. That's soaking right into the scalp, leaking to the brain, and that breaks down in the brain. And you know what the brain is are Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, MS. I mean, you've got all that stuff. These chemicals are part of that issue, you know, and it just breaks our bodies down the older we get, or we're not eating correctly. We got the environment assaults that are out there, the air that we breathe in and stuff. And when you're putting it on your scalp, it's just, so it's like a war that we fight all the time. So when you can find the better, cleaner products, you actually feel better. You have better focus and clarity when you're using better stuff, and you're breathing that toxic in too. And you don't want to breathe that in either. Like I said, I was breathing it in and putting it on my skin when I was years ago, 35 years ago. And those chemicals were really harsh. Perms are really, really bad. So it's really important.
Right. Well, thank you so much. I mean, the information that you shared is so good. And I think even on a health basis, even if it's just for an awareness for what all of you put onto your hair, onto your scalp, onto your skin, to be aware that there are a lot of things that can be very damaging, and there are a lot of things that can nourish and help everything be stronger and healthier. That's a great awareness. For myself, it wasn't something that I was really aware of several years ago until I joined this company, got involved in this industry, and found out, oh, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. And so it's been a blessing to find out that information so I can have a healthier, more productive life. But you know, one of the big things about all of this, and like I said at the beginning, I was so excited because we were first. Like those of you that are on here that had not heard about LifeVantage before, or heard before you were invited, had you heard about it before? You know, I never heard before. Those of you that are on here that are involved with the company, when you were invited to take a look, had you heard before? You know, we're still relatively unknown. And probably the biggest thing for me, you know, I'm getting up there in year, I turned 60 this year. I've got 6 kids. My wife has several kids. We have several grandkids between us, and we have a full life. But because of LifeVantage, not because of COVID, because that's really kind of put a damper on things, but we've been able to travel and see our kids, see our grandkids, do Disneyland trips with them, pay for them. We've traveled all over. I had never done that before with my landscaping business. My wife had never done that before. But we've got this opportunity to do the things with our time that we want to do. So if you had the choice to do whatever you want to with your time, with whoever you want to in that time, and have the financial resources to do it, would that not be something you would look into? And so that was the part of this business that I got excited about, because it could cause change, not just in the physical part and the health part, but in the financial part. And we've seen in the last year and a half how many people have struggled not being able to work. I mean, part of it is not being able to travel and to visit family and friends. Not to put a damper on anything, but the suicide rates are like 600% above normal. I feel that I have an obligation to share this with people. One thing our products do is can help create some mental stability. We've got products that have brain food that do just amazing things, but also an opportunity to make a financial change. I can operate my business on my cell phone right here. You can see this. That's our LifeVantage app. I have an app that I can run my whole business off of. It doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter if we're traveling and stranded somewhere because of COVID or whatever, I can still operate my business. So Anna, you know that in order for you to move forward as a hairdresser and to make an income for your family, you either have to go into a salon or have people come to your house. How does it feel for you knowing that you don't have to have a salon, that you don't have to have people in your house, that you can do something like this?
Absolutely. And it was a blessing that I here with LifeVantage before COVID hit, because stylists, we don't lose our jobs. Everybody still has to come to us. I lost my job. So I was very fortunate that I already had a backup plan. So for the ones that don't have those backup plans and you're thinking about it, even just starting off part-time, this absolutely saved me. Absolutely. I didn't actually go back to work until October of the last year.
Right, right. Well, good for you. I'm happy for you. And you know what? These aren't isolated stories. Anyone on here that's running their own business, you're going to hear stories very similar to that. It excites me. It excites me to see people growing, people learning. I'd like to thank all of you that got on this Zoom. And if you have not seen that ABC video, ask the person that invited you to share it with you, and then get on the phone and have a conversation. It's time to have serious conversations. There's a lot of serious conversations going on in the world right now that you don't know what to believe. This is solid. Now I'm gonna end it with a thought for you. And this is really kind of off topic, but it's to do with everything that's going on all around us. People are struggling. We're struggling. We're all struggling at some level because of everything going on. So this kind of started with my hairdresser. I was going to say hairstylist, but there's not a lot to style. So my hair cutter, my woman barber. What I did is she was struggling through wearing a mask, cutting hair. You know what that's like. And when it came time to paying, my tip was the cost of the haircut. And so I tipped her the haircut. And what she was surprised. And I said, I'm grateful to you for what you're doing. And so I encourage each of you to show your gratitude to somebody, even if it's a phone call, and share with that person how grateful you are for them. That's part of our culture at LifeVantage, is everyone helps each other. With the disasters, we were going to have Tori Hill on here. I don't see her. With all the disasters in Louisiana, LifeVantage went to bat. They came out, they helped them. They brought generators, gas, food, clothing, you name it, put them up in shelter. It's about family. And if you know somebody that's in need, you make it your responsibility to say something or do something for them out of gratitude. And you will be blessed. Thank you everyone for jumping on. Anna, thank you. It was a pleasure to share the screen with you. And everyone have an incredible evening.
Thank you all. Have a good night.